Hello everyone, welcome back to another Miscellaneous Monday. Today we're going to be looking at the Toqger Desiel-Oh, consisting of Diesel, Tank, and Car Carrier Russia. So before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below which the video or what else you'd like to see in a video. So onto the figures themselves. As I said, here we have Diesel, Tanker, and Car Carrier, and they look really good together, especially Diesel with his long self, like golly. So let's take a quick look at Tinker Russia. And here we have some nice kind of dull orange for the cockpit. Gets a nice silver right up front. Gets a nice white stripe going all the way down the body. Get this nice sky blue and some kind of dark gray. Looks really good. So yeah, and it can split. So you can also flip out that piece to have the train going on. There is also a hitch right back here that is very hard to get to, but there we go. So that way, if you wanted to, you could hook up another Russia. So if you wanted to, like an extended long train, one of these days I ought to do that and just like have them all hooked up together and just see how ridiculously long that train would be. So, oh, and this piece is the one that would activate the noises in the changer. So, you got all those bits right there. So, yeah, looks really good. And onto Car Carrier Russia. So, get the nice black for the windows outlined in gray. Get the white stripe going throughout as well with some gray dotted through. He does have some battle damage, as I did get this used, but yeah, it works. And as you can see, he is complete with his red, blue, yellow, green, and pink cars. Typically, if you try to find him on eBay, he'll be missing either the red car or the ramp, or both, which makes no sense. But, okay, so, yeah. And once again, you can split them and flip out that piece right there. There's also one right back here to make the train. And this is the part that will make the noises in the changer. So there is that. And I'm going to go ahead and split Diesel up in a couple parts. So we'll take a look at the engine itself. And this looks like a souped up V8 type of engine. Get some nice silver. He also has some little bit of battle damage as well. It looks really good. They really did a wonderful job on the paint. So now, unfortunately, if you were to connect them up, you don't get too much in the way of movement. Like, yes, you can detach the front and back of the train, flip out those parts, and get that movement. You can also extend out this piece and get it that way. This one also comes out. Oops. You can use the one click of movement to make it look like he's at least turning, but other than that, there's nothing really in the middle, which kind of sucks. And also the front of Diesel is what activates in the changer, so there is that. And take a look at the latter half. Get the white stripe continuing all the way down. Get some nice gold pipes, and some more of that gray, more gold pipes. And you get some nice, let's just go ahead and detach this, freight car things. This one can open up and click into place to store pretty much nothing. So, and this is where the other part flips out. So, and you can separate this if you would like. So, get this all connected back up. So, yeah, overall looks really, really good. But for a real quick size comparison, here we have G1 Optimus. So you can see this guy is ridiculously long. So there is that. And here we have all 5 of the main, I'm just going to call them Zords. And yeah, I pretty much just left them all together. So it looks really good all together, but we still got technically one more Zord to go. So yeah, overall looks really good together. Get off the frame. So yeah, but before we get down to transformation for this guy, these guys can do something with Toqger, if I said that right. So give me 1 second. I will transform him off camera and be right back. All right, so I got Toqger transformed up, so we're going to set Diesel-Oh off to the side for right now and bring in the main mecha. So we're going to raise on up. And what you can do with these guys, if I can get this out, is if you detach yellow and pink and then separate Tinker and then reattach him as the arms, you get, or he gets, boxing gloves, because that makes total sense. Sure, whatever. Again, I wish that there was a place to store these, maybe like, on top of the shoulders or behind it. Would have been nice, but alas, that's not a thing. So go ahead and unplug this, plug that back in, get this unplugged, and we're going to plug in pink once more. And if we plug in him, you can flip this out and it acts as a giant bazooka of sorts. And you can also lower this fully to the ground, but I think that's kind of stupid because if the cars were to come off, it hits the window. Sure. But anyways, go ahead and plug this in, and now you have the giant bazooka weapon of sorts. Now you can also attach him, and I don't know what this effect gives whenever you have both of them on like that, but that's something you can do. So yeah, sure, let's go with that. So anyways, setting him back off to the side, and we're going to lower back down for right now and bring in Diesel-Oh again, back up, set these two off to the side, and to transform Diesel-Oh, you want to separate this middle section from both halves and come to this side, and you want to flip down just one of the connectors. On the other side, you leave it alone. So go ahead and snap them together. Go ahead and flip down these pieces right here, bring in the head just to kind of lock this into place a little bit better, and flip down that section. Take the arms, flip them down, flip out these pieces right here, and we are mostly almost there. So we want to bring in Tinker and flip him up. He is designated to be one side of the foot, and flip up this piece and he'll be the other side. So go ahead and snap those in, stand them up, split the legs, readjust said camera, and there we go. There we have Diesel-Oh all transformed up, and it looks really good. Nice clean transformation, so yeah. Overall, it looks really good. So close up on that chest, because I just want to focus on the nice gold chrome. If this would, okay, fine, it's not going to focus on that. Let's focus on the head. Get the nice blue green eyes with the mouth plate. So yeah, nice mold details, make it look like a train car piece. Nice gold for the pipes. Lovely, lovely gold chrome right there. Looks really, really good. So yeah. Now, unfortunately, this is your classic Sentai mech, where the only articulation is full 360 the arms, and you get up that far. If you close this up, you get, up that far. Oh, that was meant to happen. So get that back on. So come on. There we go. Guess the legs can move in and out one click, and the feet can move up and down, but that is it. Would have been nice to see this have more articulation. I know that they released a part to give them elbows, but that part, and I think also knees, if I remember right. If they just did the elbows, then it's kind of useless because no knees. Honestly, the thing in general is kind of useless because there is no forward and back on the hips. So, yeah. But anyways, for a real quick size comparison, here we have G1 Optimus. So you can see he pretty much only comes up to his hip right there. So there's that. And here we have Toqger, and you can see they're more or less about the same height. Maybe he's just a little bit taller at the eyes. So, but if you know anything about Sentai, you know that this is not the all that they can do. He can combine with him. So to get started, we're going to set him off to the side. we are going to lower down the camera, just make it a little easier on me. So go ahead and rip his legs off, set those off to the side, take the headpiece, fold that up, and set that off to the side. Make sure that is clamped down. You want to separate this. On the side that you brought down the clip, you want to flip up that piece right there. On the other side, you want to flip down both pieces. Next, flip in that panel right there, fold this up, rotate the arm up, 90 degrees it, and bring it down, so that way this will be on the outside. So do the same thing for this side. So flip that in, rotate this up, 90 degrees, and flip it down. So now that that is done, we want to bring in the two other of his feet. You want to pull on this piece right here. If you try to, fold it up any other way, you will break it. So make sure you fold it up, then lift it up. Next, flip down these connector bits right here. You might have to get this out of the way. Fold that down. Do the same thing for this side. So flip that piece down, flip down the connectors, and rotate that up by pulling on this peg piece right here. So now that we have all of these ready, we're going to bring in Toqger-Oh, and we're going to rip off pink. Nope. Rip off pink. Rip off yellow. So we're literally disarming him. You want to close up the head, flip it back into its configuration, and we are more or less ready to go. So we're going to take tanker, and that's going to connect to green. We're going to take car carrier, and that is going to connect to blue via those clips right there. So if I can just get them lined up, snap that in. Next, we're going to take this half, and this piece, or this clip and this clip, will go into where yellow or pink connected, and that piece right there. So get that connected up. Do the same thing for this side, and this is going to be a little bit tricky because you got stuff on joints. So next, we want to go ahead and connect back up pink and yellow. Finally, bringing in the head, I find it easiest just go ahead and lift this up, drop that down right where Toqger-Oh's head connected, and there you go. I haven't snapped it in because we're going to take a look at the head sculpt, but there we have, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name. Yeah, that is the name of this combination. And that is ridiculously. He doesn't get much taller unless you count the pauldrons and the head section, but he definitely gets a lot wider. Would have been nice to see some new feet, or something else with the chest. That would have been nice. But hey, this works. So well, let's take a quick look at the face sculpt. So focus, thank you. Get the nice train tracks done for like the horns. Get nice green for the eyes, and his like little mask looking thing. Overall, looks really, really good. So just going to snap this back on. Now, as far as articulation for this form, it's the same thing. You get the full 360 at the arms. You get, well, really nothing out. The legs can move in and out one click. That's pretty much it. That's all the articulation you're going to get out of this guy. So, yeah. And once again, I really wish that they added something somehow, some way to make it to where you could connect more stuff on the back. Maybe to give us that level of G12 formation, which if you have not seen that, go watch Bolt Matrix's video on it. He did a wonderful job on that. That is pretty much just a cluster of Zords. I almost want to get it just for that. But it's also like, where would I put that type of level of combination in my room? Oh, man. And believe it or not, this is not the final form that this guy gets. He combines onto Build Dio, and then you also have the final combination, which is honestly just lazy in my opinion. It's pretty much just to rip off all the limbs of the guys, or the front of the trains of each one, and you're left with very much so incomplete Zords and all that. It would have been nice to see, these guys actually combine on versus slide on, and yeah. But anyways, we're not going to talk about that right now. So Overall, Diesel as a individual is very nice. Looks really good. This combination is just honestly ridiculous, and it's going to get more ridiculous once I review Build Dio. And yeah, definitely, if you're into trains and Transformers, this is definitely a must-have. Yes, he doesn't have a lot of articulation, but that's kind of the thing with Sentai. There was only a couple years that they gave fully articulated mechs and everything, and those were great. I never got them. Those weren't my thing. However, this is, and this is just utterly bananas. So, but I think that is about it. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more video reviews.